Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Rule the Waves as Italy, episode number 2. I'm very excited about this. We've had some interesting discussions in the Discord lately, and it's really motivated me to get back into this. So one thing that's been pointed out already is that my armored cruiser, the Etna class, it doesn't have the rounds per gun, well, that it should. So there's a simple way we can do this once it's built. Actually, it's already built. We're just going to refit it immediately. The reason you do this is just to prevent paying a fee for a new class, and we can only get it up to 125, which is definitely too low for 10-inch caliber guns. However, we're going to just be okay with that. We'll probably only build maybe one more of these. I'm going to try to get out like a really good armored cruiser around 1902, 1904, hopefully with any kind of weight savings or anything like that. Make it more or less the same displacement, but hopefully it'll be like the superior armored cruiser for a while to go. So I think that, this is very simple, a very simple change. Maybe, shoot, in a way, armored cruisers, no, if they go on to a one-on-one engagement, we do want them to have torpedoes in order to finish off any kind of ship that they're able to bring down. The one thing I was considering lowering is actually if I took the conning tower down to 5.5, we could get up to 135. I was experimenting with that. But okay, fine. It's just fine as is. It's going to be just slightly imperfect, but good enough. And the build cost, 235, is barely more than the maintenance we were paying on it, which was 200, I believe. So that's really not going to affect things too much, thankfully. And we can't lay down another ship anyway for a while. We have to wait for all these other things. Okay, we will... I don't want to go to war with Great Britain. Because exactly this reason is why I chose to raise tensions. They reduce naval spending at a time when I have no naval spending left. Like, you can't reduce it. I need that. That's going to be unfortunate. We'll probably have to put some of these ships on hold. Almost surely, but we have one more month. Okay, those are all finished. Here's the Pervanets class. Pretty standard, looks about the same as us, has a few less 6-inch guns, worse armor. I don't even know where their 15,000 tons are going. I see. Never mind, it's the 5-inch batteries. Okay, please, let's get some breakthroughs. I would really, really like to not be so technologically behind this game. Oh yeah, I forgot to do this normal location increase. I think the window's fitting in this new series. I'm using new recording settings, and I think the window's actually bigger. The frame I'm recording, at least. So we should get 2 months out of this. Okay, wow, that's crazy. That's a lot of funds. It's very strange. It's not enough to allow us to do that ship yet. Okay, what the heck? I don't want to go to war with Great Britain. That's definitely not my favorite target, but we would probably win all the engagements. There's been an internal upheaval in Borneo. Great Britain is apparently sending a force there ostensibly to restore order, but is likely to have more far-reaching plans, I should say. I think that an international force to thwart their expansionist plans is better. I think so. First of all, we are such a military nothing. We're such a naval non-entity that we'd want other people to be engaged. Although I don't know if this actually has an effect on it. If this event was really cool, it would weigh how many ships you have and versus how many ships everyone else has. Oh wow, it worked. So I think that might have been because we called upon an international group rather than just trying to go it ourselves. But who knows? That event has never worked out in my favor, I should say, if I have gone up one-on-one with whoever. So only the international option has ever paid dividends. Okay, at least if we can go to war in like 6 more months, we'll have 2 other battleships. In fact, we almost would want to accelerate. No, wait, there's a bug with accelerate construction, which I don't want to abuse. I'm still probably going to use the acceleration thing when I would normally want to use it. But, I mean, gosh, our budget is so small, but I don't want to. There's a bug, by the way, I'm just going to mention, that if you accelerate your construction, sometimes it doesn't, I don't know exactly what's happening, but it doesn't appear to subtract the cost. However, I remember doing it on the Great Britain campaign, trying to cheese that for a few extra ships, and it didn't work out at all. So you end up running out of steel or something, so I don't know. Apparently you can't cheese it too much. So there's a built-in lever to prevent it. Okay, so we got our Etna class back. I do want probably one more of those, especially if we're going to go to war soon, but it doesn't look like we are. Who's another good target for us to go to war with besides Austria-Hungary? I don't know why I want to call them Austro-Hungarian. It's the adjective, but it's not the entity itself. Wow, our budget is just terrible. Gosh. I mean, the only one we can easily match is Austria-Hungary. I could just call them Austria. It's much more Austria than Hungary, right? See, if I went to the war with the USA, what we can think about is what other holdings are shared in this area? France, Great Britain, and Germany. Okay, so Germany is technically not a bad option then, because we would force them to come into the Mediterranean. I don't need to go into their waters, or if I do, I can just do that with exactly the fleet that I feel is okay to fight with. But probably we wouldn't do that. They don't even have that many battleships. They have a lot of armored cruisers. We're really lacking on light cruisers at only 2, and we only have 1 destroyer, but I don't really care about destroyers in the beginning of the game. Everyone knows my policy is that those are garbage. I do want a lot more minesweepers. These are so cheap on maintenance. By the way, Lightning has helped me out with some of the designs. He said that doing the exact same ship design with only 15 knots or even 10 knots maintains the maintenance cost of 5,000. So I think the minimum maintenance cost is 5,000, which is interesting. We can try to even push. I mean, the cost goes down for all those decreases in machinery, but you might as well try to push it up to where the maintenance jumps to 6,000. I guess 5,000 is just the minimum. Okay, how many of these we're trying to get? Probably not that many. Let's just stick with 5 more. Okay. Would like some technology breakthroughs, if you don't mind. S'il vous plaît, or I don't know how we would say this in Italian. Por favore, maybe? We're up to 18,000. Let's get bigger docks. Ooh, what? No, we can't afford them. Never mind. Just kidding. We will as soon as we can afford them then. France, I really want it with Austria-Hungary. Okay, wow, that's fantastic. And the weight savings is good. Fire control is good. Good. All things are good. All systems go. Let's resume this. And let's go ahead and start building our next... 1 second, I have to sneeze. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, so we'll get the next one. It's not going to be the Marco Polo, but I don't know what the ship... I'll do the ship renaming off camera. So it'll just be the Marco Polo for now. Wow, I didn't realize it's 2 years. It's only an extra 5 months for a battleship. But those armored cruisers will still be useful in the beginning. We also have to think about making some light cruisers, because we only have 2, which is, I mean, it's just not sufficient. And the good thing is these light cruisers usually last until the end of the game. So at a cost of $1 million each, let's hold off for a little bit. Okay, I'm okay with a war with the US. I can't really gain any colonies from it. At least I don't think I could. Let's take a look at... Is there a possibility for any gain of colonies? Not unless we tried to sneak into the Southeast Asia, which I wouldn't really want to do. To be honest, I do want a war that I can win very quickly, though. And I think raiding in Northern Europe would be the best thing. We just want to win a war so we can get our budget up pretty quick. Hopefully something happens. And we haven't started training our crew yet, which is, of course, going to cost a lot of extra money. I don't think we need to worry about torpedo warfare at first. It's devastating if you can get them to land, but ideally we'll be outside of torpedo range. The earlier you fight, the less torpedoes are going to matter because their range is just so short. Okay, looks like we are okay to build another, whoops, not design another, but build another light cruiser. Another thing which I will have to fix offline. Okay, I think Germany is it's technically like a good option, I think. Well, I mean, the ideal is Austria-Hungary, right? If we can win this battle, I don't even think they have any... I don't think they have any colonies. But I'd still rather go to war with them. Because I can certainly win the battle. I mean, at least I have a better chance than anywhere else. Yeah, Austria-Hungary doesn't have any colonies. But we'd both be fighting in the Mediterranean, and if we can just kind of, I don't know, bully them, it'll be an easy victory in terms of our budget. No, we're going to have to put something on hold here, aren't we? Halt you just for a moment. Halt you for yet another moment. 6 additional cruisers. I am going to say, of course, sir, because I do want to do this. Must have 8. The bastard, he counted the halted ones as being built. I mean, shoot. Okay, resume. We have 6 months, so that'll be October, November, December, January, February. Let's do it in March then. I think technically 6 months after October should be April, but let's do it in March. And we have our dock size available. Can we do this? I mean, it's going to put this thing out, but I want that dock size. We'll get better ships for it. In a way, you almost lose more money not doing the intel. Alright, let's put intel up for everyone to low then. Just so I can hopefully increase tensions. Damn, I can't do that. I cannot do that. Let's lower tensions with the United States, who would be hard to fight. Russia, we can't really gain anything from either. Actually, I think France would be a difficult target. No, France would actually be easy, because if their main fleet stays in Northern Europe to protect their home waters, we might actually be able to defeat them. Okay, we need to knock off one more, though. Ugh, I guess Russia. Still not enough. It doesn't count for much, does it? Okay, fine. Do it this way. Back to nothing. Alright, Great Britain. It had to be Great Britain, of course. Well, I mean, we'll take the tension. Sometimes you just can't buy the right diplomatic stuff. And that's supposed to be part of the game, right? There's a story going on which we don't know. We're unaware. We don't get newspapers updating us on why tensions are changing, the different swings of fate between the different major nations. So we just live with it, and we pretend that there's a reason why all these things are happening that is justified, but we just don't know why. Look, of course. I mean, you're nuts. I'm not even going to be able to build the... Wait. Does this cancel the original agreement? I really can't afford to lose too much prestige right now. I don't care at all about prestige. It's just some kind of weird point system. A way to measure how successful your career was, I guess. I mean, there's obviously a purpose to it. It's kind of like a score, a final score. However, I just don't... Okay, well, let's go one more month and see what happens. Yeah, let's... I just want to get tensions up a little bit with some of these people who don't have any tensions at all. Okay, 600-ton destroyers. Still not significant. Not enough to change our minds on it. We have to build 6 more cruisers. Well, let's get... This is insane, but let's get 6 more. 6 million. Preposterous. It's just preposterous. It's like ridiculous. We only have 2 more months and then we can afford, you know, half of these. You know what? If we're going into the negative, screw it. Yeah, how can you be outraged? You told me I had to build these. We didn't get credit for building them either. Well, let's put them to a halt now. Actually, this might be a point where I might cheese the system a little bit. Let's accelerate a few of these. Just until I can get out of red. Already, it's early in the game. It's too early in the game to be cheesing the system like this. It really is. But we're just not rolling very good. I don't know if the cautious, somebody explained to me, and thank you, I think it was Kurt Over, who was saying the cautious trait means you potentially lose more prestige points if you lose a battle. Like, they don't want you to lose any ships. Which makes sense. I mean, that a cautious person would be like, don't lose anything. You know, bring them all home. I don't care if you have to lose a battle. Or not win a battle that you could have won. So this is insane. I don't know if this is going to work, but let's just accelerate all of them and just try to get a positive budget. And when did this happen? I guess we have one more. I'm telling you, man. And it looks like if you get 2 commissions in the same time, they don't even care that you're... Okay, resume construction, and you're... Okay, that's fine. It doesn't seem like they care about the old one. Now we just need to satisfy this new one, which is insane. We didn't get rewarded. Alright, let me just put a halt to all these. See what we're looking at. Still in the negative. Halt. We're in the positive, but not enough. That's just about to finish. Okay, so we're going to have to build 2 more ships. Let's build Regulus classes, because I don't want to cheese the system too much. So, I mean, just give me 2 random ones. I kind of like the Giulio Cesare. I do like that name. But... Okay, yeah, and then, you know what, just accelerate your construction. I don't know if this bug is working. It doesn't appear to be working, but let's see what happens. Okay, our prestige suffers. Excuse me. Seems like the monthly balances, the funds are being correctly calculated with when my funds are in the negative. I don't really understand what's going on here. Just halt. Okay, let's get back into the positive then. We don't have any good, like, amazing crew training yet. Wait, why don't we just put these guys on... Does this save any money? It does! Yes, we will always put our minesweepers on reserve fleet then. It's silly, it's not really going to help much, right? Because they have such low maintenance to begin with. We only saved like 2,500 times 11, so really... Not even 30,000 per month, but every little bit counts, right? Everyone must do their part. The Regulus, the Etna, I don't want... Okay, let's get this one to go to reserve. Just to save a little money. Let's just do this. They reduced naval spending? I'm in like hugely in the hole. Alright. Resume. Resume. Let's see what happens. What? I built 2 more. This is so frustrating. We might as well cancel the Giulio Cesare because she actually lost a month in terms of time it takes to build. So just scrap her, which is weird. Super weird. Yeah. This is like a very bizarre episode, I'm not going to lie. The kind of tricks we're trying to get. Oh well. Prestige is at an all-time low. I'm not sure I've ever gotten a prestige lower than this. I don't think so. This is, I think maybe 15 is the lowest I've ever seen here. I'm guessing. 16 might be it. Reduce finance for the Navy. What the heck? Okay, yeah, this just cannot happen. This cannot happen. We just looks like our budget is starting to turn a little bit more positive. Let's resume all the things that we can, at least. Resume. Okay, well, those are all fine. I think this is fine. Let's see what happens on a turn. New docks are complete. Nope, this is dropping down. It is. It's not. Doesn't look like it's cheesing the system anymore. Fair enough. You are also going to go to reserve fleet just to save a little bit of money. Tensions aren't high enough to really, matter, I guess. I'm going to drop my intel efforts. I know that doesn't really help with the tensions, but I need all the money. And right now we're not really going to gain technology from other nations, so... My gosh, why do they keep... Every pop-up is more money. We're broke. Maybe this has something to do with the corruption thing. I didn't find out what the corruption trait costs the Italian Navy. He believes this will increase morale. Okay, let's just do it anyway. Who cares, right? I mean, we're so broke. Oh, this is actually fantastic. A battleship wins it. Normally, it's always a light cruiser. But the fact that it was one of our good battleships, the Africanus class, I'm pretty happy about that. Submarines, I hope that those are at the lowest rate of, research. Okay, well, this is a very strange situation. Let's try to accelerate a few more. I don't think it's working, but I'm still kind of hoping on some kind of bug happening. Maybe if you pause it and it knocks or it takes away. Yeah, we can't even do this. Let's put a stop to the ones that are going to take the longest to build anyway. And I think if 20 months is the time it takes to build, this one might also be a candidate to be scrapped. If this one loses any more time. I mean, we didn't even have the 6th light cruiser event. It's very strange that it didn't actually happen in the end. A world cruise for our young cadets is planned. What ships should take part? Well, I mean, we don't really have that many ships, let's be honest. But let's pretend that some of our newest and most powerful ships will go. The Marcius, whatever it was, will go. Agrippa. The Marcius Agrippa will go. Okay, moving on. Okay, another thing is to send a battleship. Definitely send the Marcius Agrippa again. Whoa, holy cow. That definitely got people's attention. My goodness. And not necessarily in a good way. Okay, this one can just be scrapped now. Can just be scrapped. With 24 months, it's just way longer than it would take normally. How long are these supposed to take? These... Yeah, the 22 months. So if you're over 22 months, so this one is just going to get scrapped as well. La Spezia, I like that name. I don't know if anyone's going to choose that, but I like that one. We'll scrap that one as well. And you know what? Going to resume construction of this one, though. Okay. Reserve ships should probably come out of reserve. And we need to start crew training. Damn it. This is going to be expensive, but I think it's necessary. Should we just try gunnery? No, I think nighttime fighting is still useful to have. The Mediterranean should give us less storms, I'm just guessing. Less, those really close encounters, I'm hoping. I don't know how weather is modeled in this game. I have an idea it's just random. But if we can get better visibility at night, I'm pretty okay to fight night battles. And we'll do auto ammo selection because I just don't... I have never invested the time. I often find, though, I think that it's better to do a higher rate of AP. No, they're doing 50% AP. That's not bad. And they're doing 80% AP in this case, which is still good. It probably wouldn't even be bad for it to do higher than that, though. Like 85? When do you ever want these to be high explosive? Well, I mean, this early, actually. High explosive is probably the more punishing thing, but... Doesn't matter. It always is the British Navy. Have we gotten... let's send a note to reduce... I don't want anything to happen. Oh! Okay, well, that's always great. That's the first time I've gotten a bad event from asking them to to cool down. All right, well, this is going to be a tight one. Going to war with Great Britain first. I'm not ecstatic about that. This Roma has been... How is it at 27 months still? I have not been paying attention to these messages, but... Okay, we're having this steel shortages issue again. Let's halt these two. Okay, let's see what happens. Please no war. Please no war. We gotta halt another one, in fact. We'll halt you. Handle it quietly and discreetly. One of the only times you'll ever see me choose that option. We're down again. I didn't even take my ships off reserve fleet yet, and then we're still in this poor situation. Alright, well, we are just going to have to halt one of these two. Fair enough. And that means that we will take these two off reserve, put them into active fleet. Did cost a bit. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, okay, we got some intelligence about Austria-Hungary. Some minesweepers and the St. George, which, by the way, is my hero. The very first hero ship we ever had was in the Austria-Hungary series. The St. George just did wonderful things. I think the St. George, too, also did a really good job. So that's why one of the themes in my playthroughs is to have a St. George in all of them. What the hell? A sudden and unexpected foreign policy crisis has brought us to the brink of war with France. What is your advice on how to handle the situation? Alright, well, let's just, let's not dilly-daddle about any longer. Let's go to war. Okay, well, here we are. We're at war. Oh, they declined. Very good. Small engagement. We can't decline this one. We don't even have forces over there. Yeah. Alright, let's get intel up with the people we're fighting. That seems to be a sensible thing, in my opinion. Now, let's try to get the ones that are closest to being finished to be accelerated still. And you guys are all going to switch over to Coastal Patrol. We have more than enough. Thank goodness. That's actually pretty close, 11 out of 8. Later in the game, we're going to have like 25, 30, so... Only having 11 kind of scared me for a moment there. I wasn't sure we had enough. Is there any reason why we should go down here? There are French... Yes, actually, we're going to. We are definitely going to. We're going to move our non-short range ship out. Because... And we're going to have our armored cruiser raid as well. Which does give it a small chance to have some kind of bad event where it like gets... The worst case scenario is it could get scuttled. Most of the time it's just intern in a neutral port. And I'm going to send the Regulus, all by her lonesome, over to... They do have an armored cruiser, the Indian Ocean. Okay, we just need enough points. We need a battleship, and then we need enough points that we're over a 4-to-1 ratio, I think. That is going to be hard to get considering they have an armored cruiser there, but... Yeah, for now we're going to have to wait for more light cruisers to come out before we can really push, you know, for trying to take over territories. But as soon as we can, I would like to. I'd like to switch some ships over there. Okay, well, we probably have enough time for one more battle. Well, that was very short-lived. That Edna's already in the port with problems. Okay, medium wing turrets. Not something I use. Enemy destroyer raid. We're not in a good position to decline anything. Are we blockaded or what the hell's going on? Why did we lose 415 victory points? What? Listen, come on. Come on, game. Don't do me like this. Now note that our window by itself already at the spawn, at the start, is fits in the screen, which is great. This was part of the plan, was that even if I forget to move the window, it should be in the recording window. So hopefully that happens. Okay, let's just, I don't know what we're going to do with one destroyer. And we have control, so we're just waiting for this to end, I guess. Wait, what's the objective here? Like, are we supposed to engage them? Oh my god, it is very poor visibility. I would know that if I had turned on any of my helper things. Let's just try to launch torpedoes. Squad max. Okay. What are you? Do I want to wait? Nope. Just no. Actually, if I can lure them over here, that'd be fantastic. Ugh, I got kind of a stuffy nose. Sorry about that. If they want to come play over here, I'm completely okay with that. I would love to lure them into... There's another one at La Spezia. Even my minesweepers are pretty good destroyer killers. They're calling it light cruisers, though. Well, they're calling it armored cruisers. I'm saying it's probably a light cruiser. Damn it, they're killing one of my transports. Okay, well, whatever. And it looks like they've got another one of my transports now. It kind of reminds me of Aurora 4X, how there's battles going on and we have no idea about them. Okay, let's try to draw them into this installation. I'm still, like, hopeful that we can. What's our range right now? Our visibility is not great, but it's enough that we hopefully can pull these ships back. I want to kind of go at oblique angles so that we're not going head on. It'll take too long to turn around if we are. Poor visibility again. Okay, they're up here now. Let's try to drive them. Oh, there they are. Okay. Yeah, this is a lot of ships to be sending at one destroyer. Let's still try to go after them. Okay. The wind is on my side if I stick to this side. How is this Minesweeper, I think, is doing an okay job. Now, we shouldn't win a battle, obviously, 6-on-1. But if we can draw them to this installation, that's the ideal. So let's try to do that. Come on. They are not taking the bait as of yet. Now it looks like they are. Are they faster than me or something? Nope. Looks like we're about even. Okay, here we go. Let's see if they fall for it. What kind of installation is this? Is this like a 4-inch gun installation? It is. Oh, come on. Out of all the things, if this was anything but a 4-inch gun, we would actually have a chance here. I wish I could show the range on these, but obviously it's less than even mine. It's probably this. And they are going to be smart enough not to pursue then. Okay, we'll just try again to draw them in. Maybe they'll just be stupid? No, they look like they're pretty smart about turning back. It's a show-off, a showdown, a Mexican standoff. Yeah, I know. We don't need to alert me every time. I should have also turned this one to Admiral's mode because we're not controlling any other ships. So how is this for a first battle? It's silly. And I guess it's perfect in a way because this does highlight the absolute stupidity of some Rule the Waves engagements. You will get these 1 destroyer on 6 destroyer type battles. My guy hasn't launched... I mean, torpedoes are not hugely necessary considering we're only facing enemy destroyers, but... Are we hit? No, not that. Nobody has landed any hits. Oh, they have landed a hit on me, but there have been no other hits yet. Let's go normal speed because... It's... Okay, yeah, there we go. We got a hit. Swing back to your protection. Yeah, that was short-lived. We're almost up in terms of time, thankfully, because it is nighttime yet again. Oh, swing back. So we're just going to try to run out the clock. I mean, I'm okay engaging one-on-one. This close. No, swing back in. Notice that we haven't launched any torpedoes, I believe. We have not. Despite being, like, within torpedo range the entire time, basically. Okay, swing back around. All this for a destroyer. I mean, the 415 points that we're behind, which I still, that's a mystery to me. I'll have to go back and see if I was blockaded. I don't understand, or what happened. It was 25 points because we couldn't assemble a fleet, but they lost 40 points first for declining the original battle in the Mediterranean. Okay. So this is a French minor victory. They did sink a minesweeper. Hopefully not one of our... Hopefully an unnamed one. Yeah, just when it has patrol boat here, that means it's not a real one. Like Regia Pachis, that is actually a real one that could be sunk on the strategic map. Well, we're easing our way in, aren't we? That's a very light battle. We have more ships in West Africa than our bases can support. That's also a problem. They are gaining points for blockading us. Okay, well, this is very simple. Oh! We don't have the Suez Canal open yet. Okay, well, you know what? Just move back anyway to the Mediterranean because we're being blockaded by France, and that's not good. So let's try to solve this problem by putting all our ships in active duty in the Mediterranean. What's the numbers look like here? This is always... I've been talking about this for forever. That for some reason, them having 6 battleships... Us having 5 battleships, basically it's 58 points to 47 points. It's really close. They still have the edge. They're allowed to blockade us. It should be more than just 10% points, you know. Either it has to be a much bigger number than 10% because, again, just the very simple example. If I have 10 battleships and you have 11, you probably are not going to blockade me. That's not enough. That's an even fight, more or less. So... we're still having problems with finance. Well, the Marco Polo will be out, and that's going to solve part of our problems. That one's already halted, so I can't even halt that one anymore. Yeah, well, okay. We'll turn this down to medium, I guess, because... Yeah, actually, we'll turn it down to nothing, because we don't want to risk war with anyone else. Not that we have much of a choice. Obviously, the random events will ultimately dictate that for us. And I think we have to halt... Yeah, we're going to have to halt one other light cruiser, unfortunately. Okay. Yes, I'm okay with that. Okay, a convoy attack. I mean, we're running right to the edge of time for this video, so... Jeez, man, we didn't have any time. This is just this game has just jumped right into it. Let's go ahead and hit accept. Line up for the battle. But really what we'll do is call this video to a close here. So in the next one, we will have the Etna. She's back out. She has a destroyer and 2 light cruisers for escort. We have a mission to sink 2 transports, which are, I mean, where we currently are, although they are not. But we'll see how this goes. We'll do this one in the next episode. So until then, thanks for watching. Okay, and also the ship list. I talked about mentioning that this episode. I'll actually pin a comment with a link to the Rule the Waves as Italy ship list name. It's a form you fill out. You put basically your name and then the ship name you want, and it gets added to the list. It's actually also in the video description comments. Sorry, just video description. If you want to add another, well, or if you missed this comment and you want to add one later, I'm only allowing 1 ship per person because ultimately this list usually gets to be like well over 1 ship per person. So you won't be able to have more than 1 ship. I mean, unless you're a supporter. For those who are interested, you can also become a supporter via Patreon, and then you'll get a priority for a ship name. But it's not necessary. Obviously, a lot of people who don't support still get their names in the game. But yeah, okay. So I hope that explained it. And until the next episode, that's it. Thanks for watching, and take care.